Brendan Rodgers has announced his Champions League squad. Dun, dun, and it is here for the mighty...
What the hell was that sound?
The Champions League theme.
Didn't sound like it.
Didn't sound like
Play
it.
again.
But I tell you what, Celtic fans won't know what it'll sound like post-December, so...
Play again.
The champion.
That sounds weird.
But I went dun 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 dun. No.
Enjoy it for the 6 games while it lasts, Celtic. Anyway, here is the 23 players, 25 players, however many players it is that Brendan Rodgers has picked for the Champions League. And I'm a little bit surprised about the selection here.
Only 2 goalies.
2 goalkeepers, Joe Hart and Scott Bain. Could Scott Bain be seeing Champions League football?
No. I tell you what, honestly, like, is there much of a difference between Bain and Hart?
Not for me.
Although Bain is pretty shite. Maybe I'll give Joe the slight nod on that. It's a go for Joe.
Did
but
Seacrest end up leaving?
I don't know where he is.
Or is he just in the bad books?
I think it's just a case of they need the homegrown talent, so they'll probably put a jobber in one of the other free roles.
Scott Bain definitely counts as that, so homegrown.
Yep, he does, obviously. Right, we'll move into the defenders because not really too much to talk about the goalies, but we've got Carter Vickers, Taylor, Stephen Welsh, Lagerbielke, Nat Phillips, Ralston, and Alistair Johnson. So, notice...
No Naraki.
Yep.
Now, I know he is injured.
Kobayashi.
I know he's injured at the moment, but I think he'd be back surely, wouldn't he? He's at for 8 weeks.
Yeah, but there's a lot of players here that are injured. I'll say a lot, like, I mean, maybe... Oh, breaks on a lot, but Carter Vickers is injured. Welsh is injured. I believe Alistair Johnson got re-injured in the Old Firm. Don't know how long he'd be out for. And Hatati's injured. So there's a lot of players in here that are actually currently injured.
I'm looking at the defender selection here. It just doesn't fill me with confidence.
Yeah, like you take out fucking Vickers, man. Well, let's be real, right? Say Alistair Johnson is injured, right? And Vickers is injured. And what is going on?
We're probably looking at, a lineup of... I'd say Ralston. Would he go Welsh or?
No, he's injured.
Ralston, Lagerbielke, Nat Phillips, and
Greg Taylor.
What about Scales?
He's not in it.
Pretty strange, isn't it? Everyone was praising him that game against Rangers, and then he just gets...
I wonder if you have to announce like your official squad and then you're allowed to make changes. So half these guys will just get fucking hoovered out because they're injured. Maybe it's something like that. But the defense means Celtic are very weak at the back, aren't they?
Yeah, I still can't believe they let Starfelt go. It's very surprising for me.
And I think being weak at the back almost works under like the Ange style, not the Brendan style.
No,
I think if you're actually going toe to toe with Real Madrid, you can let that slide because But
if you're going to be backs against the wall,
if you're just sitting back with shite defenders,
you need a good defence, and I don't really think Celtic have it. Moving into the midfielders, they've got Tomoki Awata, Matt O'Reilly, Cal McGregor, David Turnbull, Rio Hatate, Odin Holm, who believes there's only 2 genders. Why is he in there? And Paulo
Disgraceful.
Bernardo, who have no seen play yet for Celtic. And I'm just not impressed with Awata. I've heard people say he's the Japanese Callum McGregor.
Not seeing him do anything.
I'm not really, but then again, I don't really see Callum McGregor do much either. But I'm not being that impressed with Awata so far.
No, I've not been.
Yeah, I just look at midfield and this will sound retarded, but the squad looked better when Ange was there.
Yeah,
or maybe the players just performed better under Ange or something. I don't know, but like I just think the Celtic squad looks. Is it like a downgrade this season?
Celtic are lucky Rangers get beat in that Old Firm because I tell you what, you can talk about Rangers have brought players in and not improved the squad. What the fuck have Celtic done?
Like I couldn't tell you the last signing Celtic made that I thought, right, that's a massive improvement to even under the Ange era as well.
No, let's be.
People will talk about the Japanese connection, and here. That is true, right? But outside Alistair Johnson, who's Celtic brought in the last year?
It's good.
Now, Alistair Johnson, I do think, is very good. But I think he's the only signing Celtic made in that January transfer window.
No, I'll tell you what, right? I think both teams have regressed as much as each other.
No, I agree. I mean, they should be. Well, I did say at the start of the season.
Which cancels each other out.
I did say at the start of the season, I believe that the Scottish Premiership will be a lot closer this season. I think Celtic and Rangers will drop a lot more points, and I don't think we'll see these big points tallies of near 100 in the 90s and stuff like that. I think the winner of the title this year will probably have low 80s. I do think they'll be dropping more points. But, this I don't know, that midfield doesn't really impress me either.
No, it doesn't. And moving into the forward areas,
Tyson Maeda, Kyogo Furuhashi, Lila Abada, Yang, and Lewis Palmer.
and I believe O is injured, and Abada is currently undergoing a scan because he did it during international duty or something. So big issues here for Celtic.
Now, I haven't really seen Palmer, I haven't seen him play at all. I've seen bits of Yang, but I haven't seen enough to say whether I'm impressed or not. And I don't know, I know Celtic have only lost 3 players, right? I get it, Moy, Starfelt, and Jota. But
It feels worse, I don't know.
for me, I would, if I was a Celtic fan, I'd prefer the 3 players that they've lost than the 8 players that they've brought in.
Yeah, which is a mad thing to
I
say.
think the squad looks stronger with Starfelt, Jota, and Moy than it does without them and all these new additions.
Yeah, really does.
I mean, you can make a case, right, that none of these additions, bar the centre back because Starfelt left, would get into this team.
I know.
Bar one of the centre back signings, I don't think you could argue. I think you could argue none of them get into the team.
I'd agree with that.
If you had to pick your strongest Celtic team, what is it?
Well, I don't know, but it's very hard to
How
tell.
many of the new signings get in?
Well, that's that none.
Apart from the centre back,
None get into the starting 11 for me. Apart from
well,
the
apart
centre.
of Lager, Bielka, or Naroki, or someone has to go in.
Even then, Scales had a good start of the season.
He did, but yeah,
I mean, in this squad though.
I'll be honest, this does not look like a Champions League side to me, and I see bad things in the future. Future for Celtic.
rare. Yeah, I think they're going to get scudded.
I think if they can finish third, they'll do well.
You know what though? I'm not buying this Celtic Park thing at home. I think they've been shit this season. Yeah, and I'm Rangers. Yeah, we're shite as well. I'm fucking denying that.
I think if Celtic can finish third and drop into Europa League,
They've done a great.
I think that'll be a good result for them.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see, guys. We'll be back soon with the Rangers squad. Pretty much the same deal. It's like, although I wouldn't really argue with Celtic that there's any noticeable admissions. I would just say like their squad just looks weaker from last season. Like Bernabei's not in there. I mean, he's like the only real guy I can think of that's missing. But Rangers, there is quite a few. You're like, what's he fucking done that for?
Liam Scales.
Maybe, but he had one good game against Rangers. Rangers didn't do anything, man.
I'm looking at the midfield. Is anyone missing?
No, I don't think so. I look at that midfield and I'm like, who is missing?
Up front, anyone missing? James Forrest?
That's no surprise he's not in there, though.
But he would be eligible.
He would be eligible. I'm surprised he's not in there. Homegrown. Who are the homegrown? McGregor, Turnbull, Ralston, Welsh, Taylor, and Bain. Well, that is probably enough, isn't it?
I think you need 5, don't you? It's 5 or 6.
Yeah, so that's us, guys, with the squad. We'll be back very soon with the Rangers squad. Maybe we'll do the Aberdeen squad if we ever find it on the web. But we'll be soon back. And until then, peace.